Welcome back to What's the Matter Coaching. We're live on all our platforms, and today's topic, today's conversation, coaching session is extraterrestrials. Yep, how extraterrestrials communicate with us. Okay, a very, very big topic, right, to talk about that has a lot of people's attention, right? And the reason for this video is because right now the world is going through a massive awakening. Okay, everyone, throughout the world is awakening to their energetic potential, that they're not just human, and that the system, the government, everything in place is a myth. Okay, that it's not completely true, that the reality we've been participating in as the regular human is more false than it is true, and that there's a truer version of reality awaiting us if we allow ourselves to understand who we are instead of constantly trying to believe that we're something that we're not, right? If we close ourselves off to the opportunity of an extraterrestrial, of reaching that level of potential, we're limiting ourselves, right? We're not finding out who we are. And that's the basis of today's video. So the first thing I want to talk about in regards to how extraterrestrials communicate with us is going to be conspiracy theories. How many conspiracy theories have you heard about extraterrestrials? That's the thing. We've been watching movies, right, growing up that have to do with extraterrestrials, right? And they show us these little tiny aliens, or aliens that want to take over the world, right? That want to instill fear within us. And so a lot of us carry the perception that extraterrestrials are mysterious, mean, and that they have this evil intention. And that's just a very biased answer. That's a biased perception. You're closing yourself off from what the extraterrestrial is. So now, after we talked about the conspiracy theory, right, let's talk a little bit about what an extraterrestrial is, just to remind, the audience, which is that an extraterrestrial is a being, right? Extraterrestrial being, human being. Okay? Human being, extraterrestrial being. Both are beings, right? So the only thing that differs is that extraterrestrial is not only living on this earth plane, and that we are currently limited, so to speak, to this realm of reality. And that does not mean that we're far away from these extraterrestrials. We're here to show you and to demonstrate that you can tap into this level of consciousness, you can tap into this potential, and that in fact extraterrestrials are here right now with us. They're flying all over our atmosphere. For those who call their name, or who are connected to that bloodline, that have the extraterrestrial DNA within them, within their soul expression, that they are literally tapping into it. We have people all over the world right now talking to different types of extraterrestrials, getting messages from extraterrestrials, and these are just beings that are created by the same creator that we were created by as well.
We're made from the same stuff.
We're all made from the same stuff.
So really quick, Oscar, what are some kind of species that you can mention, and for the audience who is looking, if there's any who ring your bell and call your attention, how we were speaking, do your research, probably it could be part of your family. So go ahead.
Because this extraterrestrial origin has many different species, okay, and our DNA is composed of many different elements. So a lot of us may have certain type of characteristics from these species. And your question was the different types of races. So a few different races are Pleiadians, Lyrians, Arcturians, okay, Reptilians, okay. We have what's another one that I forget? I know, of course, there's much more.
Cosmic beings.
Yeah,
we have cosmic beings.
We have cosmic beings. We have angels. We have archangels, and these are the most popular ones that you may have heard about. Okay, archangels and angels, guys. This is in the same realm. Okay, if we're looking at it from levels of consciousness, right? Archangels, angels, cosmic beings, and extraterrestrials, all those are just higher expressions, okay? Are more conscious expressions of creation. Once you become aware that you are a soul having a human experience, that you are a mini universe, and you start to accept that, you can then start walking the path of the universal reality. You can start walking and playing the universal game. You you can start working your way up to astral projecting, leaving your body, activating your psychic abilities, seeing beyond the physical realm and seeing into the energetic realm. Guys, this is what is waiting for us, okay? Extraterrestrials are waiting for us to advance our consciousness, to awaken, so they can teach us how to create. Yeah, to help us, so we can create a new world together, okay? Because this whole world that we're looking at, it's falling apart, as you can see in the news. The whole world is falling apart. Why? It's because we have been living a myth, right? And we have been participating in belief systems that keep us bound to mind and body. What about that spirit? What about that soul? Did you guys forget that? You know? And that connects us to the magic, right? The essence of what an extraterrestrial is. And that there are bad and there are negative extraterrestrials and there are positive extraterrestrials. You guys may have heard of this as well. Okay, so not all beings, not all races are completely positively oriented. There are some that are going to be a little bit more on the negative side, as you can see the human species. How many negative humans do we have, right? And how many positive humans do we have? This is not to say that the negative ones are wrong, right? And that they're bad and that we should exclude them, but they're just expressing the shadow side, the dualistic nature of creation, okay? So that's that duality. But you see, as we start to raise our awareness, we start to expand our consciousness, we can understand that everything is unified, that the creation has dark, right, and has light. And so these two balance each other out, and that creates our journey, our human experience. What are you currently doing right now in your life that's keeping you away from happiness? Well, you have shadows, you have wounds, right? Not healing, right? And once you heal your wounds, once you expand your awareness, you find out what's been going on within you that's keeping you from being happy, you then move on to the next level of consciousness. You move on to the next level of human, which is that, okay, now that I'm happy, now that I'm fulfilled, and now that I'm living my dream life, now let me actually find out why I'm actually here living on Earth. Because how naive is it to start believing everything that we've been taught and to think that that's why we're here, just to have a physical life? Did you receive that answer from Source? Did you receive that answer from the universe, from God? If the answer is no, then you're living a myth, or you're living a portion of reality. But there's much more real things to talk about, and this is one of those real things. This is one of those real conversations, that there are currently extraterrestrial beings here with us, assisting humanity, and they are communicating with us. We're either open to it, or we're closed. We're closing ourselves off to that possibility. Oh no, I've never experienced an extraterrestrial encounter.
I don't believe in them.
Yeah, I've only seen it in movies.
Yes, and it's okay. We can, if you don't want to take our word, that's okay. You can even go back to what we were speaking in the beginning, conspiracy theories. You can do your research. Yeah, all these conspiracy theories are theories that are pointing to something that's actually happening. Beyond the theory that is a conspiracy, you can actually self-realize these things for yourself. You don't have to take our word for it. You can go and start your journey. You can start evolving your consciousness, and you can start talking to extraterrestrial beings yourself, right? And that's it. But how about the question, right? That's literally what keeps everyone, right, alive, is what keeps us from starting? What keeps us from starting the journey of developing our consciousness to the point where we become unified with creation? Well, the thing is that a lot of us are scared of the unknown, right? Of the unknown. Actually, even today we were having that conversation with someone. The person was saying, I'm just scared of what could happen, and it's normal. It's normal, but not because you're scared is mean that you're going to stay there small-minded. Nobody wants to be small-minded. Who wants to be small-minded? Yeah, I mean, there's people that do choose it, you know, that they choose that preference because it's comfortable, it's convenient. But Crystal, give them a tip now. Let's see, give them a tip on how you started to expand your perception without fear of the unknown. Okay, this is such a nice question. I start believing, even know that I didn't see, or I just start believing even before I see. Yeah, before you see results, believe in yourself. Believing. And I didn't close myself to tell someone about, oh, what you're saying doesn't make sense, or I didn't close my mind. I was always open to listen to the perception of another, and not telling them, hey, you're wrong, you're right, or that's not true. Just leave it there to see what happened. And yes, and even though that I haven't had that communication like you had,
You've had very close experiences.
Very close experiences.
Yeah.
Yes, I do have communication with them in dreams.
And when you drew them as well.
Yes, and when I drew them as well.
And yeah, this is just to show you, right, that another person, right, that chose to believe in themselves enough, up until the point where they got to expand their perception and actually have an extraterrestrial encounter, either through their dreams or through drawings or through seeing something in the sky. All these things are adding on to your belief. The faster you start this journey, the faster you start believing in yourself and your soul's potential, that there's a bigger purpose for you, that it's not just about all mind and body, then you can start experiencing this magic of life. That there's other beings, right? Angels, archangels, extraterrestrials, so many different kinds, okay? That are here to help us remember. How many years have we continued the same mind and body? I ask you, aren't you sick of it? Are you really fulfilled with this version of reality? Do you love yourself enough to unlock your potential? Because we all want to find love, right? We all want to love our lives, but do you love yourself enough to open your mind and to walk the path of your true purpose, which is to remember, which is to awaken to this higher truth, which you are. You are this higher truth. Why else do you think you're here in this realm? To just live and die? No. There's much to learn here, and not just information logically that has to do with finance or eating or media or sports, okay? That's fun and games, okay? The real stuff, reality, right, has to do with walking the path of evolution.
Yes.
Okay, how many of you have evolved your perceptions? How many of you have opened your third eye? How many of you have loved to the degree where you can lift someone up? Okay, this is the magic of life. This is the human experience, right?
The beauty of the human experience. And I like to mention that love is such an important experience in everybody's life, and I truly believe that everybody can agree with that with me.
And once you start loving, once you open your heart, you're gonna love yourself enough to say, all right, I'm ready to take my life, my level of existence to the next level. And that's where you upgrade your human, right?
So I'm not sure if we mentioned it, how they communicate with us.
Yeah, so that's the main topic. That's what we're going to get to, our last portion of the video. So how do these benevolent extraterrestrials, right, the positive ones, how do they communicate with us? How are they helping us? Well, again, they are operating from a higher level of consciousness, from a higher plane of existence. That's why we cannot see them very easily, because they're in another dimension of consciousness, okay? Their energy, right? Your body, your energy, your thoughts, your emotions are vibrating at a higher frequency. They're feeling bliss, they're feeling love, they're one with God, they're one with their soul.
They're one with creation.
They're one with creation. And as you can see in our world, we have a lot of disconnect in that realm, okay? So what happens? We have a lot of people seeing with their physical eyes, right? And not seeing beyond the physical. Okay, so the way that these extraterrestrials communicate is through telepathy. Okay, this is one of the main forms of communication. Not the only form, but the main way they communicate is telepathy. They give ideas to human beings. Okay, they give little downloads. What people call downloads. You might have heard the term downloads. I just had a realization. Oh my gosh.
Or by the thought you got curious and you start researching. And from there, I find out about Lyrens.
Yeah.
And it was because the whole dream that I had.
Yeah, she literally had a full, vivid dream of a certain extraterrestrial species, and she drew it, and she even found the picture that looked exactly like the being in the dream. And the thing is, because these things are alive, they're apparent, and they're happening, but are we going to continue to believe normal, conventional perception of our world, of our lives? Or are we going to say, all right,
okay, I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired, and the world is changing to a new level, right? The world is actually changing to a new level. Things are not going to be the same anymore. Okay, one world government. This is things that are to come. Okay, we are the ones, the people, who change the system. We're the ones who provide change through our example. By all of us expanding our consciousness, we already create a new world. Because if we expand their consciousness, we're living in a new realm of reality. We're no longer living in a realm that's purely, oh, you gotta go to work, you gotta go to school, and you gotta just have the same lifestyle. So for those of you who want to communicate, start your journey. Start practicing. Start meditating. Check out energy healing. Follow your intuition, like the species that I talked about. Search up the species that rings the bell. Lyrans, Pleiadians, Octurians.
Any of them that
Syrians,
ring the bell?
Any of these beings. Search them up. Read a little bit about it. It may sound a little bit spiritual, but it's just because you have yet to become acquainted with what spirituality actually is, which is that you are already spiritual before you were physical. Again, you are a soul living a human experience. You are mind, body, and spirit. So if you are just believing that you are mind and body, you're excluding your true self.
Yes.
You're excluding your true self. And all these possibilities of seeing these extraterrestrials, seeing the spaceships in the sky, arrive when you allow yourself to see it. Because the good thing about this is that for those of you who watch conspiracy theories, for those of you who've always wanted to meet an extraterrestrial, we live in a physics-based universe that when we send out an action, we get a reaction by our world, by our reality. So if we're sending out the thoughts and the energy of I want to meet an extraterrestrial, well, a lot of the times you might have dreams and you might have mysterious experiences, the presence of something next to you. And this is because you asked it, right? You ask and you shall receive. That's the mechanism of our reality, okay? And when this happens, you start to believe more.
More and more.
So guys, believe in yourself. If you have any dreams, if you've had anything mysterious happen to you,
open your mind.
Take that as the opportunity and confirmation to start walking your path now, to start unleashing your soul. Bring your soul online. The world doesn't need any more humans. The world needs more soul level awareness, more observational truth. No more right or wrong. No, let's talk about what actually is, okay? What we're actually here to do.
Okay, Genesis has a couple of questions. Sorry, Genesis, that I was here. We were here moving the phone because we have 3 phones.
So now let's answer some questions.
Yes. He says, a dream but feels so real. Even got his name. Wow. What was his name, Genesis?
That's amazing. So right now we have someone here on the live that it looks like they had an experience in their dreams, right? And it feels very real. And that's the thing. Because the dream world, right? A lot of the times we've been taught by our modern day science that dreams are just dreams. They're figments of our imagination, our perception in the sleeping state. But the thing is, guys, that again, we live in a society, in a culture, in a world that is not trying to unleash your soul. It's trying to keep you identified with mind and body. So you're going to find out a lot of the times that the majority of your life and what you've been taught is a myth, that it actually resembles more a lie than it does actual truth. Because dream is an actual realm. It's a state of consciousness. Access your subconscious mind, which is your own realm of reality that you're creating and you're experiencing and you're believing. Or you can go to other realms that we know as the astral realms. And with this, you can actually start to communicate and travel out of your body. There's schools in Europe that teach you how to leave your body.
How to leave your body.
And how to navigate, that already demonstrate how
the potential that we have.
The potential that we have, and that military operations are already using
this technology, this level of consciousness.
And it's being kept secret from you. This level of consciousness is being kept secret from you. Are you going to just let everyone step on you, right, in your reality and your truth? Or are you going to say, wait a second, the government knows about it, everybody's talking about it right now, I think it's time that I jump on this evolutionary path.
That I get in the same boat.
Yeah, and then you start the actual journey of life.
Look, hold on. Era como la raza gris, pero de su color era más blanco.
Nice.
It was like a. Can you describe it, Genesis? Can you hop up on a call?
Yeah. Either way, extraterrestrial. So we have the person here that is of a gray nature. And a lot of the times we've seen this type of extraterrestrial on movies. This is the main one. And again, there's different types of extraterrestrials. There's positive ones and there's negative ones. Okay, so these little grays, as you can see through our movies, they resemble the ones that are of negative nature. So you can understand what negative is actually resembling. It's resembling the polarization of consciousness. Okay, when someone chooses to serve themselves and to have power
Yes.
over others, right? That is called polarizing negatively, right? Negative charge. You want for yourself, right? And you're not giving to others, okay? This is the whole consciousness. How many people right now in the world do we have that are seeking power, domination, and to rule others with fear? Look at the world right now, governed massively by fear. And that's because the hierarchy of our world, the way it operates, is based upon having control. But you see, that's not of the positive nature, is it? Because the positive nature is everyone having free energy and functioning in a world that's based upon truth.
And freedom.
And freedom. And that means people walking in their day-to-day lives, recognizing that they're spirit, recognizing that they have this energetic potential within them, and that it's waiting to be activated.
He is sending us a Jay. Do you remember him? I do. Let me see.
That's Jay.
Okay, Jay. We just sent you. Wait. It says waiting.
All right, we have someone now about to hop on the call. Extraterrestrials.
Hello.
How are you?
Everything
Wonderful.
great. So tell us.
Tell us, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this topic?
Ay, espera.
Pause due to poor connection.
Yeah. What's happening?
Wow. So yeah, if anybody wants to hop on a call, just, send a request, send us a message. What are your thoughts on this topic, right? Where do you find yourself in this journey? Are you having difficulties with accepting that maybe this potential is out there? Are you scared still? Maybe are you still fearful?
Hold on, guys.
Yeah, I'll talk to them. So the thing is that if you're still fearful of the unknown, just recognize that that's just part of your path, right? That we have been conditioned subliminally to be fearful. And then this fear keeps us in that loop where we don't want to see beyond our barriers, beyond our comfort zone. And so we close ourselves out. But the thing is, guys, fear is an illusion. And you may have heard this from other people. But one person that I heard it from was a speaker, Infinite Waters, on YouTube. And the way he exemplifies the word fear is false evidence appearing real. Okay, and that is so accurate, because fear is the illusion of something scary or that scares you, but only for a moment until you understand what's actually scaring you. Once you understand yourself, the fear dissolves. Guys, one more time. Once you dissolve the fear, once you understand yourself, the fear dissolves. That's the whole purpose of this path. The more you start your evolution, the more you become aware of how this world operates, how this reality operates, that your energy, that your spirit, that you have a higher self, then you can start to go beyond all your barriers. All the things that kept you fearful in the past, you're going to jump right over the fear, because you're going to realize that the fear actually never existed. I can't call, but I can just talk from here in the comments. Awesome.
Okay, no worries,
Genesis.
Thank you.
That was an amazing example. So thank you for sharing that experience with your dreams. And there's probably many other people that have had dreams with extraterrestrials, and take it as a confirmation, because they're constantly trying to help you, to assist you. And the thing is that if we're not communicating with extraterrestrials, it's most likely because we have not chosen the path of evolution yet. We haven't upgraded our level of human.
We haven't upgraded our level of perception.
But just to wrap up this video, just a reminder. So yeah, I woke up dream, but I'm pretty sure I was abducted. I saw the spaceship from the inside and saw all of them. One of them, Illuminati, I put like a chip on my right here. Wow, that's just beautiful.
Wow.
So let me just read, before I give you guys the reminder, I just want to read the comment here from one of the people here talking about their experiences. So yeah, I woke up like it was a dream, but I'm pretty sure I was abducted. I saw the spaceship from the inside and saw all of them, and one of them, Illuminati, put like a chip on my right hand. So check that out. The person has the name of the extraterrestrial, and at the same time got to get a glimpse of the spaceship. Okay, guys, this is happening right now. We have right now, on a higher plane of existence, extraterrestrial beings, and here in the earth realm, beyond the physical sight, with their spaceships. And you have the opportunity to go ahead and start living this embrace of life. Okay? And again, the reminder is that no matter where you are at in your life, this knowledge of spirit applies to you. And because whether you are aware of it or not, you are constantly creating, because you have the creative faculty of the creator. You are essentially a little mini creator.
You're a co-creator.
You're a co-creator with creation, and you're just remembering and you're understanding more about yourself. And that by understanding your spirit and energy, by understanding this whole extraterrestrial phenomena, you can either evolve, you can, use law of attraction, which is the basis of energy. You can start living your dreams, and you can make an impact on people. And the words that you speak are coming from a place of actual truth, of real things, instead of talking, right? And then having these perceptions or these ideas that are based upon your own beliefs or your little mini reality.
Hi, Bumblebee.
Hey, Bumby. So, hey, let us know, Ike's, if you want to jump on a call on the live and talk a little bit about the subject, and if you can give your own perspective on how you're dealing with this phenomenon. Okay. By the way, just a little recap. We've been talking about extraterrestrials, how they communicate, different times, different types, positive, negative, ones that are of service to others, ones that are of service to themselves, power, fear, and that essentially this is all happening right now. The whole world is going through an awakening. We can awaken to the truth that we are soul energy, evolving our consciousness to reach new heights, or we can settle for the lesser human, right? So let us know.
And then we have here Genesis that she says, but that isn't the biggest thing, and that's not why I want to connect with them.
Oh, definitely, Genesis. Let us know. Let us know what it is that my mom had an experience while pregnant with me. That's what I want to know. Did it work with me on her belly? Wow. Okay,
Wow.
So this is tapping into the DNA fundamentals.
DNA, yes.
So I guess we're going to talk a little bit about DNA. Okay, the composites of the human being, right? This biological computer. We have a very complex DNA, and it's not just the regular helix, the regular 12-strand helix,
Yes.
right? That we've been taught. No. There's a spiritual DNA. There is an energetic coding that we activate when we increase our light capacity. Genesis. So when you increase your light by expanding your awareness, by changing your diet, right? You are then allowing your cells, right, to increase their vibration, their energy. And then that's when you get to start experiencing more of your psychic abilities. And if your mom had that experience with an extraterrestrial, it might be because those extraterrestrials are maybe part of your family, and that your DNA actually has their codes.
Their codes.
Okay?
Yes.
That you have within your DNA, the codes waiting to be activated, right? Of their nature, their family, their essence, right? Because again, they are also energy. They are also soul, just like you are also a soul having a human experience. They are a soul having an extraterrestrial experience. So you guys might have the same essence in your DNA. And all you have to do is just start to activate your DNA by changing your diet, if that calls you, by expanding your awareness, by meditating. You're increasing your light capacity, and you're coming closer and closer to their vibration, their octave of intelligence, their level of sentience. That's all that you're doing. You're becoming a match to them. Let's say, for example, right now in the physical world, we're right here, and then when we go here, this is them on their spaceships, right, flying all over the galaxy, and you're right here. They can come to you, but the thing is that you haven't activated yourself enough to
Go
to them. But you can, and very quickly. It doesn't have to take a long time. So essentially, the more you evolve, the more you go closer and closer and closer, until you become so close to them that you guys can finally communicate. You can finally have telepathy with your family members, right, from other lives, other incarnations. You may have heard of parallel realities. All this is our nature. All this is our reality. Yes, it sounds very grand, it sounds very radical, but
It sounds weird, probably.
a lot of things that are weird resemble truth. Okay? Creation, come on, from nothing came something, right? We live in a very, very massive, infinite universe. And just because we've been taught that we are not infinite and that we're just mind and body does not mean that we cannot go back to believing, right, in this super potential.
Yes.
That does not mean that we can function. Okay, your consciousness, guys, goes beyond space and time. That means that you can actually think more than one thing at once. You can do many tasks. You can manage your energy. You can see where your energy is. You can speak, and you can develop ideas all at the same time. This is the power of your consciousness, okay? This goes beyond your mind, because again, you're tapping into your soul intelligence, not just your mind intelligence. A lot of the times we want to talk about what we know. My question for you is, how can you tap into the moment and access infinite potential and possibilities, the secrets of the universe that are available right in front of you, not in a book, right in front of you, that you can self-realize experientially. All right, so I feel like we just went all over the place, right? Essentially, this video is just to open up and to invite you guys to the possibility that they're here, they're alive, aliens, extraterrestrials, they're waiting for you to rise from the ashes of normality, of conventionalism, and start really taking this life, not seriously, but taking this life with the awareness of who you are.
So, much love.
Much love, much light.
Let's
evolve. Let's create an amazing planet.
Yep.
Okay?
Heaven on earth.
Let's do it. See you guys in the